4 tips for picky eaters. A lot of parents have challenges with picky eaters these days. It's a big problem. What parents first need to understand is that when they make an issue out of food, their child will also make an issue out of food. So if they're saying to them, just one more bite and we'll go to the park, or if you don't eat that, there's going to be a repercussion, they're making an issue out of food. And that is exactly what will cause a child to make an issue out of food. When a child doesn't have control in their lives, they may choose to use food as a way to have control. They might not eat as much as their parent wants them to, or they might want to eat different foods than what their parents want them to. So if the child is given more choice in their daily life, they won't decide to use food as a way to get control. Children often need to taste a food many times before they begin to like it. There's all different statistics on how many times. When a parent gives a child some broccoli, the child might not be in the mood for broccoli that day, or they may need to try it a number of times before they come to like it. So it's important for parents of picky eaters, or parents who want to prevent picky eating, to introduce a food many times until a child begins to like it. Children need less food than what a parent often thinks they need. A serving size is only the size of a child's palm, without their fingers, without their thumb, just the thickness of their palm and the size of their palm. That's pretty small. And so when parents are thinking their children are not eating enough, they've got to look at that and realize, oh, they might be just having enough. And then not thinking that the child's being picky, just knowing and understanding that the child's had enough. When children have had enough food, it's up to us to help them keep those instincts intact. If we continually say to them, oh, just have a little bit more, we're not respecting their instincts. Eventually, a child will lose their instinct to know when they've had enough if we don't help them pay attention to that instinct. We want them to always know when enough is enough so that they don't keep eating like we as adults often do. What to do if your child refuses to eat a meal? Do you think you need to have your child sit in front of that meal for an hour or two until they eat it? That's making an issue out of food. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is take their food away as soon as they say they don't want it, take it away without fanfare, and then have someone else in the family, maybe it be yourself, eat the same food they rejected, and then give them a healthy substitution. A lot of times parents give their kids a peanut butter sandwich, and then that's all their child ends up wanting to eat. But if they're given, say, hummus and crackers, they're still eating healthy. It's just not the meal that you intended for them. There are some children that really can't taste their food. The way to determine if they can taste their food is watch to see, are they thoroughly enjoying a meal? Are they smacking their lips? Do they seem joyful when they're eating? If not, they may be zinc deficient, which is one of the top 3 deficiencies in today's children. This is an excellent source of zinc that I recommend to parents by Metagenics. They just have a few drops in water, and over time, they will correct their zinc deficiency. Of course, there are also foods that help increase zinc, but I find when there's a real deficiency that it's best to supplement first and then go into the foods that are high in zinc. The important thing to remember about picky eaters is that they will not always remain picky eaters. My daughter was a picky eater to the extreme, but you would never know today that she was once a picky eater. She eats a wide variety of different foods. So there's hope for your child. They will not always remain a picky eater if you follow some of the methods I've just shared with you. For more information on picky eaters, have a look at my website, theresourcefulmother.com.